Hello, welcome back to Whisky Wednesday. Another Wednesday, another whisky review with me, Joe. So, this week, reviewing something rather special, the Glenmorangie Signet, which is part of their core range. It's quite hard to get hold of. They don't make a huge amount of it per year, but it is one of their core range. Pretty sexy bottle, if I do say so myself, like a two-tone glass thing going on, so it's black on the top, clear on the bottom. The liquid's pretty dark as well. Pretty sexy, sleek piano black box with like a cool little design, the stone Glenmorangie thing. And then you get like a little cheeky plinth. If you do use these plinths, please let me know. I always find it hilarious when they put these plinths in and you're like, oh, I can put my bottle on it on my shelf. I just think, oh, just put it in the box or whatever, I'll get rid of the box. Anyway, Glenmorangie Signet, back to the whisky at hand. It's one of the only whiskies, I think it is the only whisky in the world that uses a proportion of chocolate malt for the actual grain of the whisky. And chocolate malt is the malt they use to make stout porter. Really heavy lid. So yeah, that proportion of chocolate malt they use. They also use some 30-year-old Glenmorangie whisky, some of the rarest whisky that they have available, but also some younger stock to give kind of life and vibrancy. It's non-chill filtered, it's 46%, and I believe it's natural colour as well. Considering they do use some of the oldest whisky, some of the rarest whisky, you'd expect that age, and because of that colour, I'd like to think it was natural colour for the price you pay, because this is around about £150 to £170 a bottle, depending on where you buy it from. So, let's get straight to the nose. Glenmorangie, the Signet. Okay, on the nose. First off, you can tell it's Glenmorangie straight away. You kind of get the orange, and you get the honey, you get the kind of creamy barley note. But then, there's a lot more going on as well. So I get like a bourbon influence nose, so kind of that bourbon cask that they've been using. So maple syrup. I get kind of roasted corn husks, cornbread, and then those kind of chocolatey flavours from the kind of chocolate malt comes through. So those kind of stouty flavours you associate. So I'm getting coffee cake, I'm getting cappuccino. I'm getting a lot of oak, as you'd expect from a whisky kind of this age. I'm getting brioche. There's a bit of that kind of breadiness that comes through. And again, going back to the kind of Glenmorangie style, I'm getting orange, but it's more in the form of kind of like marmalade cake, so that kind of cakey, sweet, rich, just kind of creamy orange. It's kind of quite a... If you smelt this whisky, or if you went to a whisky bar or hotel and they had this, and it would be probably around about £20 to £30 for a single measure, so it's an expensive whisky, but it's got that smell that you associate with kind of expensive whisky, that kind of rich, deep smelling smell. Kind of smells rich and luxurious. It kind of actually reminds me a little bit of the Dalmore King Alexander, if you've ever had that. Yeah. Complex, rich, kind of orange, as I say, orange, coffee cake, cappuccino, oaky, that maple syrup bourbon, roasted cornbread, brioche. Right, let's get to the taste. Oh wow. Okay, that's not gonna lie, it's pretty rich, pretty bold, standout whisky. Straight away, I'm getting chocolate flavours, chocolate and coffee cheesecake, Terry's chocolate orange creams. You know the Quality Street orange creams with the dark chocolate. That's going on there. It's kind of chewy. It's almost kind of cloying. It's sweet. Let's give it a second taste to get some more. Because I always say the first taste is always a marker where you get a few flavours, and then the second taste, your flavours develop much more on the palate. I get a bit of kind of juicy, fruity sherry note going on now. So kind of a bit of dark cherries, a little bit of kind of Christmas cake, a slight kind of Madeira wine-like note, and then it kind of all develops into this back to this dark Belgian chocolate. Lots of spice as well. Actually, it's a particularly spicy whiskey. Obviously, that's helped by the strength. It is 46%. That kind of spice. The oakiness comes through, a little bit of that char spice as well. Let's give it one more taste for the finish. Our third and final taste. That stout-like taste comes back. So it's, again, it's all those kind of flavours you associate with stout and chocolate and coffee. It's rich, it's bitter, but it's sweet, it's drying, but it's spicy, it's cloying. It's basically everything you want in an expensive whiskey. You know, I'm not going to lie, it is an expensive whiskey, but if you want to spend that much on a whiskey, go for a Glenmorangie Signet. It's fantastic. So I would give that a solid 9 out of 10. I think it's a fantastic whiskey, well worth the money. If you've tried it, as always, let me know in the comments below. You know what to do by now, guys. Thanks for watching. Please share the video, and I will see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.